On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Owl.
A nocturnal bird of prey with large eyes, a facial disc, and typically a loud hooting call.
Examples:
A night owl. An owl hooted. The snowy owl is a large, white bird often seen in the Arctic.
Habitat.
The type of natural environment in which an organism or group usually lives or occurs.
Examples:
A marine habitat. Threatened habitat. The habitat of this bird is freshwater areas and saltwater marshes.
Buzz.
To make a continuous, low humming sound such as the one bee makes, an exciting and active atmosphere.
Examples:
The buzz of a cicada. Buzz marketing. I heard the buzz of conversation from the next room.
Exhausted.
Extremely tired.
Examples:
The exhausted food sources. Exhausted parents. The exhausted runner fell to the ground and gasped.
Sunset.
The time in the evening at which the sun begins to fall below the horizon. Verb, to expire or be terminated automatically at the end of a fixed period.
Examples:
Sunset dysfunction. Spectacular sunset views. He is in the sunset of his life.
Stumble.
To miss a step and fall or nearly fall, to walk unsteadily.
Examples:
Stumble financially. Stumble through life. She stumbled over the tree root.
Groggy.
Weak, dizzy, or unable to think or walk well because of illness, intoxication, sleep, or blow.
Examples:
Still groggy from anesthesia. Feel groggy. We were groggy with jet lag.
Aft.
The opposite of forward, located at or towards the rear or back of a ship, aircraft, or other vehicle.
Examples:
Aft cabin. Aft view. The aft section of the ship suffered significant damage after the collision with the reef.
Stride.
To walk with long steps in a particular direction, noun, an important and positive progress.
Examples:
Stride across a room. Stride down a slope. She strides confidently across the stage to accept her award.
Comfort.
A state of physical ease and freedom from pain or constraint.
Examples:
Words of comfort. Comfort level. He found comfort in the warm embrace of his loved ones.
Heading.
A title, caption, or heading that introduces or summarizes the content of a written or printed document, the direction or course in which something is moving or heading.
Examples:
Chapter heading. Heading font. She carefully reviewed the heading of each section before diving into the research paper.
Cast.
To cause light or shadow to appear on a surface, to assign or choose someone such as an actor or representative, especially by selection process.
Examples:
Cast a ballot. Cast a charming eye. This accident cast a dark shadow over their lives.
Schedule.
A list of planned activities, tasks, or things that must be completed showing when they are intended to happen or be done.
Examples:
A heavy schedule. Arrange my schedule. So far, the meeting is going according to schedule.
Predetermine.
To decide or determine in advance, to establish or influence beforehand.
Examples:
Predetermine effectiveness. Predetermine result. I can't predetermine the game's outcome, and anything can happen.
Extreme.
Very great in amount or degree.
Examples:
Extreme sports. Extreme weather events. Solar gravity creates extreme pressures and temperatures.
Determinant.
A factor, circumstance, or condition that contributes to the shaping, influencing, or determining of a particular outcome or result.
Examples:
Environmental determinant. A determinant of crop yields. One determinant of success is having a positive attitude and a strong work ethic.
Circadian.
Relating to a physiological cycle that lasts approximately 24 hours, impacting physical and behavioral changes that occur over the course of a day, such as sleep-wake cycles or fluctuations in hormones.
Examples:
Circadian clock. Circadian disruption. Having a consistent sleep schedule is important for maintaining a healthy circadian rhythm.
Anchor.
A device, typically made of metal, that is used to moor a ship or boat in a particular place, typically by being dropped to the seabed, a central cohesive source of support and stability.
Examples:
Anchor bolt. Anchor weight. The ship dropped anchor in the bay.
Nervous.
Worried and anxious about something, relating to the nerves.
Examples:
Development of the nervous system. Get nervous. He suffers from nervous breakdowns.
Cluster.
A group of similar things or people close together, often forming a distinct mass or unit.
Examples:
Live in a cluster. A cluster of stars. A cluster of grapes hung from the vine.
Locate.
To specify or determine the exact position of someone or something.
Examples:
Locate a missing pet. Locate a tumor. The robot can accurately locate construction material.
Anterior.
Located in or directed toward the front.
Examples:
Anterior view. Anterior teeth. The anterior part of the skull is the forehead.
Hypothalamus.
A basal part of the brain that autonomically controls body temperature, hunger, and the release of hormones.
Examples:
Anterior hypothalamus. Hypothalamus hemorrhage. Oxytocin is also produced in the nucleus of the hypothalamus.
Exposure.
The state of being in a particular situation or place where there is no protection from or guarantee to something harmful, the disclosure of something secret.
Examples:
A southern exposure. The exposure of a fraud. The long exposure to the air tarnished the antique tableware.
Cycle.
An interval during which a recurring sequence of events occurs, a bicycle or motorcycle.
Examples:
The cycle of the seasons. Go to the workplace by cycle. The food chain causes a material cycle.
Dictate.
To state or give order with total authority, to say or read aloud for somebody else to write down or to be recorded.
Examples:
Dictate a letter to secretary. Dictate to the associate. The Allies dictated the terms of surrender to the country.
Internal.
Of or relating to the inside of something.
Examples:
Internal organs. The internal economy. The Prime Minister cancelled visits to other countries to resolve internal disputes.
Rhythm.
A strong, regular, repeated pattern of sounds, words, or musical notes that are used in music, poetry, and dancing.
Examples:
In samba rhythm. Irregular heart rhythm. He beat out a jazz rhythm on the cajones.
Steady.
Firmly fixed, supported, or balanced, not shaking or moving.
Examples:
Steady increase. Take a steady job. The patient's vital signs are steady, indicating a stable condition.
Hormone.
A chemical substance made by organs that encourages or influences the development, growth, sex, etc. of an animal and is carried around the body in the blood.
Examples:
Hormone secretion. Female hormone. The doctor diagnosed me with a hormone disorder.
Broad.
Very wide, general.
Examples:
Attract broad attention. A broad mind. He accumulated wealth across a broad spectrum of assets.
Conductor.
Someone who leads the performance of musicians or a piece of music. In physics, an object, substance, or material that readily allows the flow of electricity, heat, etc.
Examples:
Conductor directing a symphony. Oxide conductor. Diamonds are employed as thermal conductors as well.
Organ.
A part of the body of an animal or plant that has a particular purpose and performs a specific job.
Examples:
Organ bleeding. Damage to internal organs. These infections have the potential to impact practically every organ system.
Function.
The purpose or use of an object, system, or process, a particular activity or operation that is designed to serve a specific purpose, a mathematical concept that describes a relationship between two sets of values, called the input and output sets. Verb, to operate or work in a specific way, or to perform a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Function properly. Immune function. The brain is an incredibly complex organ that controls the body's function.
Transition.
The process or period of changing from one state or circumstance to another.
Examples:
Transition phase. Ensure a smooth transition. The nation's healthcare system is in transition at the moment.
Asleep.
In a state of sleep.
Examples:
Asleep at the wheel. Dead asleep. He lay down and fell asleep immediately.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Bedtime.
The time at which a person typically goes to bed and prepares to sleep, the period just before bedtime, which may involve routines or activities that are intended to promote relaxation or sleepiness.
Examples:
Bedtime meditation. Regular bedtime. Reading bedtime stories can help children relax and fall asleep faster.
Typical.
Having the usual characteristics or traits of a specific group of things.
Examples:
Typical leader. Fairly typical symptoms. This artwork is typical of her work.
Prediction.
The act of predicting the future by reasoning, a statement made about the future.
Examples.
Make my predictions. Gloomy predictions. These results muddied the prediction.
Accord.
An official agreement or treaty between two organizations, countries, etc. Verb, allow to have.
Examples.
Accord with public opinion. By national accord. The organization finally signed a peace accord.
Consistent.
Always behaving or happening in the same way, or having the same thoughts, standards, etc.
Examples.
Do on a consistent basis. Get consistent results. You are not consistent in your behavior.
Induce.
To persuade someone to do something, to cause to act in a specific manner.
Examples.
Induce a crisis. Induce him to see a doctor. The lack of sleep induces both physical and psychological diseases.
Melatonin.
A hormone that is produced by the pineal gland in the brain and that helps to regulate sleep-wake cycles.
Examples.
Disrupt melatonin production. Melatonin receptor. A melatonin supplement can help regulate sleep-wake cycles in people with insomnia.
Mold.
A hollow container used to give shape to liquid or soft substance, which then becomes solid in the same shape as the container, a soft, green, or gray growth that forms on stale food or objects exposed to warm, moist air for too long.
Examples.
A casting mold. Mold allergy. Mushrooms and mold are fungi.
Stick.
To put something, usually a sharp object, into something, noun, a thin piece of wood or other material.
Examples.
Stick a key in a lock. Fire stick. You stick a bill in the change machine, and the coins pop out.
Strict.
Strongly limiting someone's freedom, allowing no deviation from a standard, rule, belief, etc.
Examples.
Strict compliance regime. In strict secrecy. Too strict a regulation for the private sector will stifle innovation.
Degree.
A unit of measurement for angles, temperature, or level of proficiency or achievement, a rank or level of academic or professional attainment.
Examples.
Bachelor's degree. Degree centigrade. She received her degree in psychology from the university.
Unique.
Being the only one of its kind, unlike anything else.
Examples.
A unique teacher. Unique design. The painting is unique, and there is no other like it.
Quirk.
A peculiar behavior, habit, or characteristic that is distinctive to an individual or group.
Examples:
Personality quirk. A quirk of fate. One of her quirks is that she always wears mismatched socks.
Flood.
A large amount of water flowing beyond its normal limits, an overwhelming number or amount.
Examples:
Flood advisory. A flood of questions. These heavy rains caused flash floods on several islands.
Cortisol.
A hormone produced by the adrenal gland that is involved in regulating the body's metabolism, immune system, and blood pressure.
Examples:
Cortisol stress. Excessive cortisol. Cortisol levels in the body are often elevated during times of stress.
Peak.
The point to which something or someone is at its strongest, best, or most successful, the pointed top of a mountain.
Examples:
At peak hour. The peak current in the circuit. This measurement aims to reduce traffic at peak periods.
Roughly.
Approximately, but not precisely, with a violent manner.
Examples:
Roughly explain my idea. Roughly speaking. 5 miles is roughly similar to 8 kilometers.
Differ.
To be not like someone or something in some way.
Examples:
Differ from the majority. Differ according to species. The two products differed in their quality and price.
Shift.
A slight transition in position, direction, or trend.
Examples:
Doppler shift. Major paradigm shift. Could you help me shift some furniture?
Unlikely.
Not probable or likely to happen.
Examples:
Unlikely event. It is unlikely that he would win the game. The passage of the bill is unlikely.
Prefer.
To like, choose, or want one thing or person better than another.
Examples:
Prefer physics to chemistry. Prefer a window seat. The birds prefer open water areas with reeds around them.
Cultivate.
To prepare and foster land for growing crops or plants.
Examples:
Cultivate a field. Cultivate relationships. University is a great place to cultivate our minds and expertise.
Hinder.
To make it difficult for someone to do something, to limit the development of something.
Examples:
Hinder athletic performance. Hinder international exchanges. The pandemic hindered the growth of the airline industry.
Accurate.
Correct and exact in all details.
Examples:
Provide accurate information. Accurate measurements. The official transcript contains accurate academic records.
Predict.
To state beforehand that something will happen in the future, mainly based on knowledge or experience.
Examples:
Predict the future. Predict when she will arrive. It's notoriously challenging to predict birth rates.
Converse.
To talk informally.
Examples:
Converse with an acquaintance. Ask a converse question. She enjoyed the opportunity to converse with a person who spoke her language.
Deprive.
To take away something from someone.
Examples:
Deprive others of profit. Deprive him of his status. He was deprived of his freedom when sentenced to life in prison.
Stud.
A small object with a head on one end and a sharp point on the other, used for fastening clothing, leather, or other materials. An animal used for breeding, typically a male horse or bull that is of superior breeding stock. Verb: to decorate or adorn with studs, to provide with studs for support.
Examples:
Horse stud. Wall stud. He bought a new stud to attach the strap to his watch.
Unpredictable.
Not capable of being foreseen or calculated, not regular or certain.
Examples:
Dangerously unpredictable person. Unpredictable outcome. The weather in this region is often unpredictable, with sudden rainstorms and strong winds.
Compromise.
To settle a problem or disagreement by mutual concession.
Examples:
Compromise the matter. Cannot compromise anymore. They never compromised on development, despite the lack of funds.
Coordinate.
To bring the different parts of the activity and the people into an organized, ordered, or efficient relationship. Adjective: of equal importance, rank, or degree.
Examples:
Coordinate a special project. A coordinate clause. We want to coordinate a schedule for the investigation.
Incur.
To suffer from something, usually something negative, such as a loss, cost, or financial burden. To become subject to something as a result of one's actions or conduct.
Examples:
Incur a $50 fine for. Incur a great danger. I didn't mean to incur such a large debt on my credit card.
Metabolism.
The set of chemical reactions in cells or organisms that are necessary for life sustaining.
Examples:
Metabolism enzyme. Hemoglobin metabolism. Better sleep leads to increased metabolism.
Disorder.
An untidy state or a lack of organization, a physical condition or illness that causes problems with how a section of the body or brain functions.
Examples:
The files are in complete disorder. People with bipolar disorder. The doctor prescribed some medicine for the mental disorder.
Vulnerable.
Capable of being hurt or influenced physically or mentally.
Examples:
A vulnerable bridge. Vulnerable parts of the body. Infants and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable.
Immune.
Protected against a particular disease or toxin due to the presence of specific antibodies or sensitized white blood cells.
Examples:
Immune from criminal prosecution. The cell of the immune system. The vaccination does not necessarily make you completely immune.
Hygiene.
The practice of maintaining cleanliness in the home and person to prevent illness.
Examples:
Hygiene practices. Public hygiene. Good hygiene is important for preventing the spread of illness.
Sufficient.
Adequate, enough for a particular purpose or requirement.
Examples:
Sufficient time. Self-sufficient economy. That candidate does not have sufficient means to win an election with certainty.
Contrast.
To put in opposition to show or emphasize differences.
Examples:
Contrast with a decade ago. Contrast two things. It's intriguing to compare and contrast the two authors.
Daylight.
The natural light produced by the sun during the day, especially in contrast to artificial light or darkness.
Examples:
Daylight hours. Natural daylight. The view of the city skyline from the top of the building looked amazing in the daylight.
Dim.
Poorly lit, not bright.
Examples:
Dim and distant past. Dim memory. The dim light made it difficult to read the book.
Essential.
Indispensable, fundamental.
Examples:
Essential amino acid. Essential commodities of life. Trial and error is an essential part of education.
Synchronize.
To happen or cause to happen at the same time or rate.
Examples:
Synchronize movements. Synchronize our watches. The ball speed will increase when the lower body movements are perfectly synchronized.
Sunlight.
The light emitted by the sun, the rays of the sun.
Examples:
a glare of sunlight, indirect sunlight. Radiation from sunlight has a different wavelength.
Overcast.
Covered or obscured by clouds or cloud cover, lacking brightness or clarity, gloomy or dull.
Examples:
a gloomy overcast twilight, overcast day. The picnic was canceled due to the overcast weather.
Indoor.
Located, happened, or used inside a building.
Examples:
an indoor pool, designed for indoor use. Table tennis is an indoor sport.
Alert.
To warn or arouse to a sense of danger. Adjective, paying close attention or being in a state of readiness for action.
Examples:
alert consumers to the dangers. Alert system. The company's cybersecurity team alerted the CEO to potential threats.
Maintain.
To continue to uphold or sustain, to keep in a particular state or condition, to assert or declare something to be true.
Examples:
maintain order, maintain good health. I need to maintain my car regularly to prevent any major mechanical issues.
Preference.
A stronger liking or interest for something or someone than another thing or person.
Examples:
his meal preferences. A particular preference for Chinese art. Her preference is comfortable clothing over fashionable ones.
Succeed.
To accomplish or achieve a desired or intended result or goal. To prosper or attain success in a given field or endeavor.
Examples:
succeed beyond expectations. Succeed academically. I hope to succeed in my career and live a happy life.
Baseline.
A starting point or minimum for comparing facts, the backline bounding each end of a tennis or handball court.
Examples:
baseline budget. Establish a baseline. The products they sell are the baseline for performance in the industry.